Hello and welcome to Collected Editions for February 2021. I am OmniDog from OmniDog's Vault, joined with my co-host Webhead, also known as Chris, the proprietor of comicreleases.com. How are you doing, Chris?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good. I'm on the right side of the roses, as they say, so I'm okay. So this list is for February 2021, and it is from comicreleases.com, which is extremely, excuse me, my venomized Miles Morales fell right in the middle of this. So being the OCD guy, I have to put it back up. Okay. Comicreleases.com. Chris scours the news sites and the internet and updates this thing relentlessly, right?
Just sometimes right before this video.
Yeah, so this is as up to date as we know. Things can get pushed back, and some of these things may get pushed back to March or something. We don't have any control. This is the best information we have, and these are the books. I picked these books out from Chris's list. These are the books that I think people are most interested in. Well, no, not all my favorites, but I think that the audience books that they'll be interested in. So there will be stuff that I don't have an interest in, but I think the general public will.
Yeah, things that are just big.
Yeah. So we can start out with, let's see if I can do this right. Conan by Jason Aaron. I'm looking forward to this book. I'm a Conan fan and I'm a Jason Aaron fan. So
I actually just I'm starting out. Got that Marvel Years Omnibus, so I went ahead and ordered this too.
Yeah. So I know nothing about it other than it's written by Jason Aaron. Taylor Brown told me that he read some of it on the Hoopla or something, or he read some issues, said it's great, and I'm looking forward to this one. This is the first week of February. February 1st, 2nd, 3rd. February 3rd.
Yeah, and yeah, for me it's like, okay, it's Jason Aaron. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
And the next book, this is Hickman's Avengers, volume, great. Volume 3.
Yes.
Okay, good. This is why I have Chris here. He's actually the ones with the brains. I just have the channel. So for those of you who don't have it in hardcover, I highly recommend picking this up in the this type of collection. Hickman's
so hopefully they'll reprint those Omnis soon.
Yeah, this was one of the most amazing things I've ever read.
The whole Hickman is just a magician, and
yeah,
if you're at all interested, this whole run is phenomenal, and then Secret Wars right at the end is crazy.
Yeah.
So definitely pick this up. And this one, this third collection includes Infinity, which is the event that was in the middle of that run.
Okay, and
that's why they got Thanos on the cover.
Okay. Okay, good. I have Infinity tie-ins, and I've never even read it. I'm sorry. Yeah, Infinity.
I think I do too.
And once I got done with Secret Wars, I was like, I'm exhausted. I don't think I can read those tie-ins. So I never did.
There were so many tie-ins for Secret Wars too.
I don't mean that. Is that? Yeah, for Secret Wars, but there were tie-ins for the Infinity event. Mm-hmm. I bought as many as I could of the Secret Wars thin trades. I thought, and I did a video on them. but I never read the Infinity tie-ins, or what is it? Is it Companion or whatever it is? I never read it. I will someday though, when I do a reread of everything.
I have something over there on my shelf. I know I have the OHC for the regular thing. I don't know if I bought the companion. I've only
I
bought
think
companions a few times because they collected something else also that I was collecting, like Avengers versus X-Men companion had a
yeah,
chunk of the X-Men titles, so I was like, well, I'll do that.
yeah. I I think I've heard from everybody that the Infinity uh, companion book or tie-ins, whatever it's called, is not that important. But I do own it, so I do have to read it sometime. Luke Cage Epic Collection Retribution. Uh, this is the first of Luke Cage, his own series. So this,
Heroes for Hire, and then it turns into Power Man.
yeah, this looks interesting. I remember this. This is historic, I think.
This is back from the days when he was talking about jive turkeys and such.
Yeah, this was white people writing Luke Cage.
This is what black people talk like, right?
Yeah, but I still had fun with it when I read it as a kid. Now I put this in for me. This is Spider Woman Volume 2. I love Spider Woman. I have Volume 1, so I'm looking forward to the Marvel Masterworks of Volume 2. And you Marvel Masterworks collectors out there might be interested in it also. And it's got art by Carmine Infantino, so I want to see that.
This volume looks bigger than the first one was.
Thicker?
Yeah.
Thicker. 9 through 25?
9 through 25 is quite a hefty run.
Yeah, actually, wow, you're actually
1 through 8.
Good. Yeah, I have one. I have it right here. You're a good catch there. It's 1 through 8, and this is a lot bigger.
I wonder if that volume just ends at 25 and they said, screw it, let's just go to the end.
I don't know. That's a good question. That is a really thick Masterworks. You checking on something?
I am. Nope,
Okay.
that volume ends at 50. So I have no idea why they decided to make this one bigger. But hey, more bang for your buck.
Yeah, I'm even more excited for it. This one is one that everybody has to get. I'm not giving you an option. You must buy Scarlet Witch by James Robinson. This is a fantastic book that I loved. It was one of my books of the year when it came out, which feels like 2017 when the trades came out, but I don't remember when it really came out. But this is great with great art, really interesting paneling, and this is, I think, the definitive Scarlet Witch, and it can be read cold. You can just go right in and read it, and I loved it. I didn't know anything about Mount Wendigo or anything, and I learned about it. So
it actually goes back into her history.
Sorry?
Cool. It actually goes back into like her history, and that's interesting.
Yeah.
I've kind of put that in and out.
Yeah, this is a really, really top-notch book.
Yeah.
Uncanny X-Men Disassembled. I think I have the trade for this, and it led into the X-Man series that Omar makes so much fun of me for buying, that got instantly retconned by Hickman right after it was released. So this is what leads into the X-Man stories. I think there were 5 books that came out after this of the events that happened in this book.
Inside Uncanny, or X-Men had its own book? X-Man.
X-Man. Well, they were different titles, and
Uncanny kept going for a little while after this.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird they put this out and they haven't solicited anything to go between this book and House and Powers of X.
Yeah.
Maybe
It
that
was
part just sucks and they don't care to print it again.
that I don't know. But yeah, there were like 5 books, small books that came out after this. They all had their own titles, and some people don't like them. I had fun with them, but everybody's different, and I just enjoyed reading it. So this is the hardcover of Disassembled.
Oversized hardcover.
Oversized hardcover. So I wonder. No, I'm not going to upgrade. I'm fine with the trade. Wait a sec. Are we still in the? Yeah, we are in the first week.
Yes.
This is still February 3rd. This is. I think people are really excited for this. This is Legion of Superheroes Before the Darkness, Volume 1, and those are a lot of DC writers that were popular at the time, and
Conway, DeMatteis.
Yeah, E. Nelson Bridwell. He's an oldster at this point in his history, but this is sort of this is more bronzy than the other stuff that's been released. So I'm definitely getting it because I haven't read it. This was probably about the time that I fell out of comics and didn't get back into them for a while. So I'm looking forward to this one. And that's a cool cover. Flash by Jeff Johns, Omnibus Volume 2. This is a reprint.
Actually,
well, it's got...
These are new editions with the contents shifted.
Right.
Now they went from 3 down to 2 Omnis for the same run.
Yeah, this is 2, and it completes it. And it's probably got better binding than those first 3.
So you have them glued, the ones I had before?
They are complete mousetraps, so I can only assume they are. That cover is cool. So yeah, this is the complete Jeff Johns Flash Omnis 1 and 2 that takes the place of 1, 2, and 3.
And then I wonder if they're gonna do another one after this to cover some odds and ends, since Johns came back for a bit. And did Wade write in between? I feel like it was just Johns and Wade for like 20 years of Flash.
Yeah, well, that's true. My Mark Wade collection's pretty big of it, but I don't have anything between that. So I actually am unfamiliar with the stuff between this and Mark Wade's run.
Yeah. I think after this, so 225 must be the last Johns, and then there's just some random, like the next issue is Stuart Immonen is writing. So I wonder if they're gonna do anything with any of that stuff.
This is Manhunter, Archie Goodwin and Walt Simonson Deluxe Edition. If DC's putting out a deluxe edition, I think I kind of have to get it just because it's such a rarity now. And I remember liking Manhunter. I think Manhunter was a backup story in Detective, but either way, it was fun to read.
This character always confused me, like newly coming into DC, because you have Martian Manhunter, and then you just have Manhunter.
Right.
And I was like, what?
It's an easy mistake to make.
What is this character?
Yeah.
It's like he's just, you said he started as like a Batman backup kind of thing.
Yeah, as I recall, he was a backup feature in Detective. And he's a manhunter. I mean, he goes after people.
He's a trained killer.
Yeah. You see the demon in the background, so there's all kinds of stuff going on.
Indeed.
And the last book for the week of February 3rd, I have been waiting for a long time. Venom 2, oversized hardcover by Donny Cates. once I get this, I'm going to read both the oversized hardcovers, and then I'm going to have to read
Absolute Carnage.
Yeah, and I think I have to read on Marvel Unlimited everything that leads up to. I don't. Does this lead right to Absolute Carnage?
Yeah, there's actually a bunch
Okay.
of what's the word, like I can't think of the word in my mind.
Carnage, Absolute Carnage
Bunch
related
of the
stuff?
same issues that are in here are also in the Absolute Carnage.
Oh, double dipping. Okay.
Double dipping. There we
Okay,
go.
so I'll go right from this to Absolute Carnage. I'm going to put that on my to-do list for 2021. Because between this and what he's done to Thor are like mind-blowing, and I'm way behind.
Yeah, Absolute Carnage has 16 through 20 in it. This is so random because I think this was it? Too many tabs open. This one is 16 through 25.
No,
So it's like
I can live with that.
like half of this book is also in Absolute Carnage. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's not. It's just it's a weird one just because half of it's in the other book. So
Yeah.
if you start reading, because it's Absolute Carnage is the beginning of this book. So you would read the first OHC, you would read this, and then you'd get to this, skip through half of it, and then start reading.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. Then we move to the week of February 10th. This is Absolute Planetary.
And this is all in one, right?
Yes, and this has. Do you have your page open?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us what's in this, because it's more than is in the Planetary Omnibus, I think.
Is it?
More. Let me get the Planetary Omnibus.
I was gonna say I got mine sitting somewhere over here, but it might be.
I always go off camera, so people are used to it. Let's see. Okay, I think I heard that there was more in it than the omnibus, but let's see.
So we got 1 through 27.
Mm-hmm.
Gen 13, number 33.
Okay, that's extra.
This is a terrible solicit. This solicit is useless. Wait. There we go. Planetary / Batman Night on Earth #1. So what they've done in the solicit, and why I'm saying it's terrible, they put all the issues, and then they started listing trade paperback collections, which are the same thing. So they've got like Gen 13 number 33, Planetary 1 through 27, and then they go Planetary Volume 1, and blah 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 blah. So I think what's actually in your omnibus? What's the list on the back?
Okay, wait a sec. Let me go to.
Probably just Google it.
In mine, it's Planetary 1 through 27, Planetary Batman 1, Planetary JLA 1, and Planetary Authority 1.
Okay, so it's got the series and then the crossovers, but it doesn't have the Gen 13 thing.
No, it does not.
What is that?
I do not know. I was not familiar with Wildstorm at the time. So Gen 13, Planetary all over the world, and other stories, Batman Night on Earth, Planetary Volume. Wait, okay, Gen 13, Planetary 1 through 27, Planetary Volume 1, all over the world and other stories.
That's actually just literally, I think, the name of the first trade paperback.
Oh, okay, that is confusing. I see what you said, or what you mean. Yeah. All over the world is the name of the first issue.
Planetary, all over the world, and other stories. Yeah, if you look on like My Comic Shop at the listing of TPBs, you'll see the. I don't know if you had them originally as well, like the ones where all the covers were the same style, where it was like a thing down the center with like a cover and then writing on both sides of it, and then it was just a whatever.
Okay,
So those all have a name, and that's what's confusing. There was 4 of those, and then they're listing it like those are 4 more things, and they're not.
okay.
It's the
So
same
this
contents.
has Gen 13, and that's what's different.
Yeah, and then I wonder what's in there. Is that its own thing? Which number was it? Gen 13.
Uh,
Gen 13, number 33.
Number 33, yeah. So it's got one extra story.
I don't know what 33 is.
Okay, well, that's the extra story in the absolute that the omnibus doesn't have.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so if you haven't read Planetary, this is a good way to get it. This is one of my favorite books ever. I love the omnibus. I'm not going to trade it, but the art's amazing, and it would look really great in absolute form, and I highly, highly recommend this.
It's a great story.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
This is Batman Joker War, James Tinian's run on Batman. And this is, I'm going to reluctantly get this because I'm so sick of the Joker, but that's just me. This is Batman 95 through 100. And whoops, where'd I go? Here we go. Then we have Transformers Volume 12, Phase 2. For those of you collecting that, that's a nice cover. This is still the week. Okay, wait. The World of Black Hammer, which features the Quantum Age and Black Hammer 45. I am upgrading because these are huge books, and those were both really good stories.
They are some big boys.
Yeah.
Definitely absolute size seems to be about what they equate to.
Yeah. These, I highly recommend Black Hammer.
Series is so weird.
But it is great.
Yeah.
We have previous collection, Living Vampire, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, IDW Collection Volume 12. I am still stuck on Volume 8, so I need to be catching up. But so far, the series is great.
I just keep buying them, even though I've only read the first couple.
Oh, they're so good.
It's like,
it really ramps up.
You read it, and you're like, yes, I will be buying these.
Yeah. It really gets hot starting Volume 5, and then just keeps getting even better.
This is now the longest running Turtle series, too, I think. This IDW one.
Oh, is it? That I don't know. This is the only Turtle series I've ever read.
Well, because, you know, they have the Mirage ones that they put out themselves, and then there's all kinds of stuff. But I think that series is the longest running by far now, which is cool.
Okay, this is misplaced. I apologize. This is not the week of the 10th.
This is the 17th, because that was the last. That was the last one, I think.
The X Factor. Yeah, they're misplaced. X Factor is the last book for the 10th, and then this Captain America: Heroes Return is the first book, one of the first books for the 17th of February.
Also, that X Factor one is cool.
So I thought that looked out of place.
X Factor, see, and that's what makes Epic Collections cool, is they grab everything and get it all. Because I'm pretty sure the issues in there are the ones where Jean comes back in like the Avengers issue or whatever. They give you like the whole story. That's a nice thing about, you know, if you like epics, they're nice because they give you the whole story and nothing gets left out. It's not just like X Factor 1 through 9 and then they pump out a thing. So
right, these are thick, interesting books. So once again, okay, X Factor is the last book of the 10th, and then the first book is for the 17th is Captain America Heroes Return, and Black Panther Epic is also in the week of the 17th. And this is Kirby stuff. I think this is when Black Panther got his first
Solo
from
series.
first issue, yeah.
Yeah.
And these will be the last book, 17th. There's 2 covers. This is Uncanny X-Men number 4. This is one of the covers. And this is the other cover.
Boom.
I don't know which one I pre-ordered, but I'll be happy with either one of those. Usually I like
of the variants. I like it because they make it like the whole comic cover.
yeah.
At the top, and
I
love it. It's nostalgic.
Yeah, usually
with all little heads and stuff.
Usually I go for this one, like something of a cover from one of the books, but I'd be happy with either one. I don't know which one I pre-ordered. I'm sure I made the right choice when I ordered it back in July or whenever. That is the end of February 17th. And this is the beginning of the last week in February, the 24th. This is the Ex Machina Compendium 2. DC Black Label, that's interesting. This I also highly recommend. Ex Machina is really, really good by Brian K. Vaughan.
I got that big, thick Omni.
Yeah, the Omnibus is enormous.
It borders on nearly unreadable.
Yeah,
you gotta like lay down on your bed and read it.
Yeah, like I kept my hardcovers because I couldn't deal with that omnibus. I know people like Riley, that's their dream, is to just almost impossible to read Omni, but I couldn't read it. But here it is in compendium form. Highly recommended. Joker War Saga. Now
that is all of the, let's see, all the tie-ins of that for Batman, Batgirl, Detective, Red Hood, Nightwing, and then the Joker Warzone, whatever that is.
And stories from Harley Quinn 75 and Catwoman 25. So you really, this would be the one that I would get because it contains Batman 95 through 100, which was just Joker War. So that's kind of weird.
It kind of is. And I think is this? No, yeah, it's a standard hardcover. So that makes, that's weird. I guess I'm only reading Batman. I guess if you were only reading Batman in hardcovers, I guess you would buy the Batman Joker War.
Yeah, I'll get Joker War Saga since it's the complete story.
Makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, and that is a grisly but really cool cover.
Yeah.
And the complete darkness. I did the Kickstarter for this. I had the Top Cow Omnis, but they fell apart like all Top Cow stuff did.
Like my Rising Stars one.
Exactly. Exactly. Rising Stars was the biggest, the most infamous one that everything collapsed out of. It just fell in your lap. But this has an all-star cast of writers and artists, and this is, I think, better made than the original Top Cow books.
I believe that. And
Superman by Grant Morrison Omnibus. This is New 52. I will probably end up getting this, even though I thought it could be so much more, and it's Grant Morrison. I still like lots of New 52, and I like this more than I think I like this more than most people, but
yeah. Well, and I think especially this contrasted with the rest of Superman from New 52, which was kind of,
Yeah.
like this looks even better.
Well,
Looking back,
yeah. uh, coming off of Flashpoint, I really had high hopes for Superman. I thought that was the most interesting storyline, but this is good enough. It's Superman. It's Grant Morrison. It's good enough for me. You'll all have to make your own individual choice. So it could have been a lot more, but it's still decent enough that I want to own it.
Yeah.
And these are the two covers that I found. I looked, and for Dr. Aphra, these are
totally different from the solicits.
Yeah. So
and I don't know what's supposed to be what.
I don't either. So I don't.
ordered them on DCBS, and they showed the solicit covers, and now they're totally different on the preview site. And I'm like, what did you do?
So I don't know what I pre-ordered. I pre-ordered one cover from earlier of what they were, and now we've got two completely new covers. I love Dr. Aphra. I thought the story was excellent. The first book was by Kieran Gillen. The first few books were by Kieran Gillen, and then Cy Spurrier took over, and Cy Spurrier is great. I highly recommend
the Hellblazer run, right?
I'm sorry?
That's the guy that just did that Hellblazer run, isn't it?
Yeah, Cy Spurrier. Taylor Brown and I interviewed him, and he's a great guy, and I love almost everything. I love everything I've read of his, but I haven't read everything of his. But everything I've read, I love. I think he's amazingly talented. So good luck with your choice of covers. I don't know what you're going to get, but
it's a toss-up.
but definitely get it, because Dr. Aphra is great. This is a cool cover. I like this cover. I like the other cover. So whatever I get.
I'm really glad too, because I never bought the OHC because I didn't collect the rest of the series.
Yeah.
And they announced this, and I was like, yes.
You were smart. I bought the OHC, and it got opened, and I think I sold it to Second and Charles or something when this got announced.
You're just like, yay, but damn it.
Yeah, totally. Captain America and Falcon. This run is Captain America Sam Wilson 7 through 24, Captain America 25, and Generations Sam Wilson Captain America and Steve Rogers Captain America.
This is the stuff from the Nick Spencer run, right?
Okay.
The Secret Empire.
It is from Secret Empire?
I think it leads into it.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Maybe this is right before.
I did not read I didn't read this series, but I know a lot of people are interested in it, so I wanted to include it.
Yeah. This eventually works its way into Secret Empire.
Secret Empire. Okay. I'm getting this. I don't know what kind of I don't know how everybody feels about it, but it's Dan Slott. It's Fantastic Four. I'm sure it will be interesting to me. I don't know what kind of buzz it's got from comic fans, but
I think it's mostly been it's not bad. The buzz has just been
sort of it's not bad. Yeah. Okay, that's enough for me. I mean, it's issues 1 through 11, I think, and
it's not like terrible. Like compared to the that Iron Man run that everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's garbage."
Well, what one was that?
At an omnibus. Oh, it was recent. Was it Slott's Iron Man?
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, I'm not that big of an Iron Man fan, so I don't know.
It's the one it went into Iron Man 2020.
No, I have no idea.
Yes, the Tony Stark Iron Man by Dan Slott omnibus. That, on the other hand, that one people hate.
Okay.
Hate.
Thank you for the warning. I don't care for Iron Man anyway, so I won't really read that. But this looks good to me. So I'm interested in it.
Yeah, and I have a soft spot for Fantastic Four. I think their stories are always pretty good. Even some of the meh writers, it's almost always a good book.
I've had good experience with Fantastic Four, so I'm looking forward to it. We are in the last week of February still.
Yeah, this week's a doozy.
Yeah, the last week's got a lot going on. I put this in because there are Masterworks people out there and Howard the Duck people out there. I think the omnibus is out of print, so this would be a way to get those issues. And I never bought the omnibus, but maybe I'll get this. At the time it was considered really good social satire, so I don't know. I may take a chance on this. It's got a lot in it.
It's got some heft.
Yeah, it does look big. 1 through 14, giant size man thing. 4 through 5, Marvel Treasury Edition number 12. Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
They're giving you a little more bang for your buck in some of these Masterworks, because some of them in the past have been kind of sad. Like
It's still $75.
That Spider-Man woman one is tiny. And was that 75? The first one? I mean, the one you already have?
It was $75.
See, that's crazy. That thing's probably half the size of this one.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
So I like that's a nice trend. It seems like they're putting a little more stuff into these on these newer solicits.
That's a good point. New Warriors is a reprint, and I have a feeling that's because New Warriors 2 is coming out sometime this year. That's strictly, maybe Omar's already announced it. I actually have no idea. I know that's New Warriors number 2, Omni, is the one thing he wants most in life. So I don't know. That's a cool new cover, though.
This is actually one of the few where I just don't care about this at all.
I don't own it. I'll let Omar talk me into it.
The only reason I know any of them exist is because of Civil War.
Right. And I think we're finishing with X-Men. Wait, what is this? Is this X-Men 1 or 3?
This is X-Men by Chris Claremont and Jim Lee Omnibus Volume 2.
2. The only other choice I had, and I didn't make it.
Yes. 1, 3? No. Dragon. So these, and this is, I think this is really confusing to new people. People ask about these a lot. This omnibus takes place at the end of the Chris Claremont run, not to be confused with the X-Men omnibuses that are the Stan Lee stuff from the 60s.
Oh, right.
If you're seeing this right now and you're like, X-Men, this is 90s X-Men at the very end of Claremont. So like that volume 4 we were just talking about, this takes place after that, like a good ways after that, because they're still filling in holes between the X-Men Omnis and the first volume of this. So FYI.
Right. Exactly. Good point. And that's it. So we will thank you for joining me, Chris. I appreciate this. As always, every month we do this. Tell you what collected editions are coming out and what you should look for, and hopefully they come out all on time. And just have to redo the page.
Sometimes I'm updating release dates the day that IST sends us a list. I'm like, oh, I guess this isn't coming.
So do you want to tell them where to go to find you and your fantastically easy to navigate collected editions page? It is so I will give it a plug because I love it. It's really easy to use and really easy to search and find stuff, and it's set up extremely user friendly.
And I try to get feedback from people too. If you're browsing my site, you got stuff you want to ask me about, You know, the one question I get a lot is, are you going to add trade paperbacks? So I dipped my toes in the water a little and started doing complete collections. But it's like when I looked at, if I were to add all trade paperbacks, dear God, it would be twice as much stuff. So we'll see about those. But at the very least, they're in the solicits if you're trying to track that stuff when it comes out. But yeah, so it's comicreleases.com.
Okay,
And,
thank you for
drop me a
that.
line.
It is a excellent source for what's coming out. And thank you for tuning in. I am OmniDog, and please give it a like. Feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, and I appreciate all the viewers out there, all my subscribers. I really appreciate y'all watching. And peace and love, peace and love. Thanks again, Chris.